Good morning, everyone. I just want to say it wasn't me again, is why we're starting late. But we are here Wednesday. We got Joel here, and Lauren should be jumping on shortly. But everyone, thanks for tuning in. So welcome back, Joel.
Appreciate it. Happy to be here.
Yeah, man. So if everyone can, also if you haven't had a chance, go check out Joel's channel. He should be streaming live also at the same time. So if you haven't jumped over there, go and subscribe. But yeah, we'll definitely. I think I sent you a video.
Hmm.
We'll kind of dig into. I saw this video that was interesting to me. It was talking about can you really spot who will be rich? I guess is the right way the video was titled, right? And they gave 15 ways. I'm sure we're not going to dig into all of them, but was there any of those that? Oh, well, actually, like I said, I'll ask you first. Did you watch the video? Because a lot of times I send you something, you don't end up watching it.
This one I did watch.
And then what was your takeaway? Well, I guess my quick answer would be, do you think it's possible? And then maybe we can dig into some of the ones that they brought up. Do you think it's possible to kind of pick up on if you can see if someone's going to be rich?
I do. I mean, I think there's 15 of these. I mean, just to give you the listeners a couple of the examples of what they mentioned. They like the very first one they mentioned they seldom party or drink, right? They conserve that time and resources for other things. Um, Comfortable with being inconvenient, a blind belief in themselves. Um, they think in decades, not days. Okay. They prefer creation over consumption. I like that one a lot. They're obsessed with their work. Um, what's up, Lauren? They talk about money as freedom, but I think when you see somebody that's obsessed over financial freedom and talking about business and talking about getting ahead and trying to be able to make things happen. I mean, the obsession, like if someone's obsessed about that type of thing, it's just inevitable. I mean, nothing's going to stop them. So I think that's the one thing that I've picked up on along the way, what people are obsessed with.
Next time we'll have Lauren mute herself while she's fumbling around.
Oops, sorry.
But that's
I
okay.
had I had my sound off, so I couldn't hear you guys.
That's all right. Are you okay? You're not ready.
No,
Are you
yeah,
ready? Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely think, like I said, there was 15. Joe kind of covered a lot of them. Um, I was there one that you want to maybe start on first, or have maybe Lauren give her thoughts first, or
Well, yeah. I mean, the obsession one, this is the one that I really picked up on. That like when you see somebody that's obsessed about something, like okay, yeah, they're gonna go make things happen. And by obsession, I mean like over a longer period of time, they stick with something. And if you're focused on building your business and focused on wealth creation, it's just inevitable. And then to go back to the question, well, defining what's rich. I mean, that's a subjective thing, I think, in some regards.
that is a great point about it being subjective. Lauren, I'm not sure. I didn't get a chance to look. Did you connect your channel, or you didn't have did you have a
I
chance,
think
or
I did, yeah.
okay? So if you haven't yet, there is Lauren's channel in the chat. You can always jump over there, subscribe. She should be streaming also. So I was shocked that Joe had a chance to watch the video. But Lauren, did you get a chance to take a peek at it? No?
Mm-mm.
Do you kind of know, I mean, the general this topic? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you think it's kind of possible without knowing kind of what the 15 maybe things to look out for, but do you have an idea on that?
You mean, do I think it's possible to like have traits or characteristics that make
Yeah.
someone success? Absolutely. I feel like if you look at people who have had success, I mean, I know a lot of people have recently watched the Tony Robbins Hormozy video, and I think it was illuminating for a lot of people because they take what Hormozy says as like he is all knowing and super successful and all those things. And then they realize, like, oh, he's actually someone who's just kind of like deeply hurt and and has channeled that into his success, which I would also say is true for Tony Robbins. Like, if you look at people who are super, super successful, there's something deeper on a deeper level that drives them. And I think we all have that and are able to tap into it. But those people are just like relentless. Like Joel said, obsessed. They become relentless in their pursuit of that success to fill something potentially deeper. But I feel like, yeah, there are traits and qualities that we all have that we can develop, like discipline, and I don't know what the 15 are that they had said, but yeah, I think that there are traits that make some people more successful. And one of them in my mind being a willingness for a little bit of uncertainty. Like, I think your uncertainty threshold is is a metric in how successful you are, because everything with real estate or business, there is some amount of risk involved. And if you just take the safest route every time, you probably won't get as far. And then the other thing is I think of like the Harvard study where they talk about rejection therapy and people who are able to be okay with being rejected, or like they intentionally submit themselves to rejection. They ask for things that they know people are going to say no to, just to experience that getting that no. And I think that that's something that like everybody can do, and that can help you become somebody who is going to go for things and not afraid to ask for things, because oftentimes if you don't ask, you won't get it, but if you do ask, you might get it. So all of those things I feel like make people more successful in whatever it is that they're doing, and leads to more wealth.
Yeah, a lot of great points here. Though I do want to kind of slightly touch on, you brought up the Hormozy Tony Robbins video. It's kind of a off topic though, but this was so last we've been talking about the Ryan Pineda, Michael Zuber video a lot recently. Oops, where did Joe go? And we've been talking about them a lot recently. But that was one of the comments that someone brought up on that video, that um, these individuals, or Pineda and Brian Davila, could have took this opportunity to sit down with Zuber, kind of how Hormozy had this opportunity to sit down with Tony Robbins, and instead of making it like this back and forth, discussion, it was kind of Hormozy took this opportunity as almost like a coaching experience to learn from Tony Robbins. Right? He said, "You know what? I'm not going to just interview you in a normal way. I'm going to take this opportunity that I have, and I'm going to use it almost like a free coaching session and learn from you." Right? So that was pretty an interesting comment that someone left. I like, Joe, you did mention obsession, right? Is one of the kind of the 15 things they said you can kind of pick up, and maybe future prediction on being wealthy or rich. But do you think, like, we've touched on it before, right? But is that work-life balance overrated early on, maybe in the journey?
Yeah, I mean, kind of going like, I think there's like probably two different lanes of people, right? I mean, you mentioned Hormozy and Robbins and having, certain things happen to them that, whether it be pain or struggle, and push them to want to go do these things so hard, so well, so much. And now they're quote unquote great. And we all know about them because they just kept on going. Where most people, you hit, a threshold of like pain or tiredness, and most people stop and they just keep on going. So you got the people who are just naturally gifted and just can just jump out of bed and do all kinds of things very well, and they don't have to try hard. They don't have to push their limits. They just are naturally good at things, right? And then you have the person that may not be naturally good at things. They have to work so hard to be able to accomplish something, and then they learn these extra skills and traits and determination that then they reapply to do different things in the same blueprint to different things and keep on going, like a Tony Robbins or a Hormozy. So I think it just depends on the person. Um, but like, I know for me personally, as I look through my journey, especially early on, I didn't have balance. I was working nonstop trying to be able to make extra money and build a business and, get ahead and save money. So I think the whole balance thing can be overrated, but you can't go on like that forever. I mean, there's people that talk about like you're in a season of work, or you're in a season of health, building up on your health and rejuvenating and things like that. So I think the seasons are important too.
Lauren, do you think obsession should be normalized a little bit? Because I think a lot of people, right? I mean, like we're talking about it as a positive, but I would, I think I hear more people like trying to say you need that work-life balance, or you can't be obsessed so much on one or focused on one thing, right? But do you think it should be a little bit more normalized in like the growth or wealth building phase?
I really think it depends on everybody what you're trying to achieve. Like, I think if you're someone who's like, I have a great job that I do really like, and I would I'm happy with my 9 to 5 schedule. I would just like to be able to retire when I'm, 55, let's say. Like, I'd just like to retire a little early or have that option. I think you can easily follow Zuber or, one of these types of small but mighty type of portfolio people, and you can slowly build that wealth over time, like over 10 years, and you'll be able to retire in the way that you want to. So I don't think that there's like a one size fits all kind of thing. There are some people who want to be, you look at Hermosi, like he could retire. That's not what it's about for him. For him, it's about building whatever it is his vision is. So I think it really depends on what your goals are and what your ambitions are. And I don't think that everybody needs to be obsessed. And I don't know that even obsession without direction is kind of just like spinning your wheels. Like, I don't know that it necessarily even equals success. So I don't know that you need to, but again, if you're young and you want to be ambitious very early and you want to retire, it may require that obsession because it's going to be really hard. So yeah, I think it's very circumstantial.
I think Yasik brings up a great point here. He says, "What is your definition of rich? In my opinion, many want to be rich to have financial and time freedom, but it's very rare to have both."
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that is kind of, everyone has to figure that out on their own, right? Like you're saying, it's what your definition is, and yeah, it's definitely challenging to find both of them at the same time, right? Financial and time freedom. But I guess without a clear end game in mind, right? Then you're kind of just spinning your wheels the entire time, right? You're not really sure once you've hit it, or where the finish line is, right? So I think definitely having some sort of end goal or um, marker to determine that you've hit it, right? So yeah, definitely it's subjective, right? What rich is, right? But I think we're talking about like the whole certain type of finances involved and allowing the time freedom, right? In a general sense of things, right? But anything else, Joe, you want to
Yeah,
obsession? Yeah.
yeah. The Hormozy Tony Robbins. I think maybe I touched on it last week. I forget. But some of the influencers out there, giving their reaction to the conversation, and people talking, in my opinion, talking down on Hormozy, talking about how he's got childhood wounds with his father and trying to impress his father and win the support or the love of his father, and that's why he works so hard and blah 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 blah. And I get really pissed off about that because one, who the hell are you? What have you accomplished? And two, we all have similar kinds of things. We all have certain things that either trigger us or motivate us. It's just that Hormozy is out there talking about it openly. He's out there verbalizing in a way that makes it very clear. And so he's putting himself out there probably more than many people are. And in this case, I think putting himself in harm's way for people to, criticize him. So I think that's just bullshit. And it's clout chasing, in my opinion. So that just really bothers me. Um, but we all have certain things that we're searching for to try to get the extra motivation or the drive or the energy to be able to keep on doing the things we need to do, because we all have moments that we struggle or don't have the energy and we're trying to push through. And so for this person, Hormozy, he's just built the system internally and externally that he's just able to just go nonstop. I mean, I think he talks about how he works 18 hours a day or something like that. And so, well, I can't do that. I can imagine, doing that, in short spurts, but doing that over, weeks on months on years, I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, and also I thought the same thing. Like I heard people criticizing him for like, oh, you just have to. I'm like, so does Tony Robbins, and he talks about that. Like, I feel like it. In one hand, they're saying like negative things about Hormozy because he has his issues with his dad, versus nobody was really bringing up the fact that like that also is how Tony Robbins started his journey as well with his mother. So it's like if somebody takes that pain or whatever it is and turns it into something positive, which is like building a business and being very passionate about it, I can't see how that's a bad thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. This next one, shoots, where did it go? Oh, there. This is kind of the one I think you guys are kind of touching on a little bit also, and I think that, they're able to focus on strengths and ignore weaknesses to some extent, right? So, I think that's a very important one. Is kind of just knowing your strengths and weaknesses, and that's how a lot of people are successful, right? Because they're able to focus on what works for them and realize that if they start focusing too much on their weaknesses, that's what's gonna kind of hold them back to some extent, because it could be something that they're never gonna be successful in. I guess in my that's the kind of way I'm looking at it, right? Like
Yeah.
there's certain things I'm not gonna be good at, so it's not my best use of time to be focusing on that, right? What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I think yes, you should, in a way, ignore your weaknesses. But I also think like developing your weaknesses, like knowing the areas where you're not good at things. And that's where recruiting other people into your vision, into your goal, your dream, partnering with people can be beneficial. But yeah, focusing on your strength. If you're like, I'm really good at sales, then focus on sales and you can go really far with sales. And then once you have resources and money to work with, then you're like, okay, I'm going to hire somebody to do this other part because I'm not very good at that.
Yeah. I mean, in my business, we're doing marketing and sales and, prospecting. And then we're also doing operational things like reviewing documents and, following up on processes and systems and emails and all kinds of follow-up stuff. And there's just all kinds of things that are going to the mortgage business. I'm just using this as an example. And when you're building this thing on your own, you have to put on all these hats. And there's only so much time in the day to be able to do these things. And I know that in my world or any sales job, your most important thing is being on the phone and outreach and prospecting to be able to get new business. But if you can't process it and get back to people, and then your business is going to fail. And that's a daily struggle for anybody in this business. And so it's an art, not a science, in terms of being able to manage where you put your time. You can't put all your time into one thing and let other things fall through the cracks. So it's tough, but the best they know how to divest their time.
So I think I kind of focused on this one a little bit because I saw it. Someone mentioned it on a recent podcast in the comments, and I always hear people say it, right? But they never say the complete meaning of it, right? So a lot of people say jack of all trades is a master of none, right? But they
Mhm.
don't use the full, I guess, proper meaning of it, right? It's a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one, right? So I think that's kind of why I focus on this one too, is just because a lot of people, try to use this reference and they don't know the complete meaning of it, right?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, it's
um,
used as almost like as a negative, like a jack of all trades is a master of none. It's like that's a negative, but actually if you finish it, it's like better to be good at a lot of different things than just one thing.
let's see. Yasik is saying, in today's world of social media, if you don't have a story and problems, it's hard to stay relevant. Yeah.
For sure. Got to share the story.
Let's see. Okay, let's see what else there was. I added to the obsession. I mean, not the obsession one, but the focus on strength. Would you say does society punish specialization though?
Mm, I mean, I guess it depends on your specialization. I would say, like, I think it is in, like Joel was saying, it depends also on like your business that you're in. Like, he has to be good at prospecting and marketing and sales and like the paperwork and the documents. And so it's like, if you're in that business, you probably can't just be good at one thing. But if you're someone who has specialized down so niche that you're like the only expert in this one thing, then you could make yourself indispensable. So I think it depends on what specialization you're doing, what field you're in.
Well, to that point is so like Joel, from the lending side, there's a lot of different products and lenders out there, right? So do you think it's better to be kind of have your niche in the lending side of things, or kind of overall, you know, well versed maybe in a lot of different products out there, right?
Yeah, I mean, in my career, the best structures that I've had is where I found a couple things that were working really, really well and just doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down, and just get very narrowly focused on a certain niche. So I think if you really want to be able to build something, strong and big, specialization is so important because then you're repeating a lot of the same actions as opposed to switching to different things, and it's hard to duplicate things.
Yeah, and I think we're not saying maybe focus on one, like just strictly one thing, right? You're going to be obsessed kind of about maybe a general concept or idea, right? And I always kind of look at that, even like the firehouse, the fire department. We got to a point where we were so spread out in the type of training we were doing. We were supposed to be first responders. We were supposed to be hazmat. We were supposed to be somewhat rescue, ocean safety. So we got spread out so thin that we weren't really, I guess, maybe the best at what we were supposed to be doing anymore, right? Our main focus is supposed to be firefighting, but then we started doing all these other type of training, and that's kind of where some of the things started slipping through the cracks. And yeah, we do have specific rescue teams and specific hazmat teams, but even like ocean safety, we there's lifeguards on Oahu, but they don't cover all the beaches. And then some of our stations started to get jet skis and things like that, and somehow we went from having jet skis more to just help our guys in the water to becoming like almost performing rescue operations. And we're like, we're not ocean safety, we're not lifeguards, right? We're not trained to their, well, on paper we're trained to their level, right? But they do it every day. So it's just a different skill set, and we just got spread out too thin, I believe, and that's is a different thing. But Trisha says, speaking as a Gen X, so many young people did not see people doing hard things daily or experience vicariously through books or movies. It is hard for them to choose temporary sacrifice for a long-term goal. Oh, very good point. Yeah. Uh,
Mhm.
let's see. Another one I wanted to touch on was they don't embarrass easily. What do you guys think about that? They don't embarrass
I
easily.
think this is huge for the younger generation. I've noticed that embarrassment, they're afraid to be embarrassed, and so they're afraid to take risk. Um, and I was talking to my niece at one point, and she said that a lot of kids are worried that they're going to be filmed doing something stupid and that it'll be posted on social media. And so a lot of people are just less risk takers or less, they are afraid of being embarrassed and having it posted online. So I think that's a huge one actually for the younger generation.
Joe, any thoughts or?
Yeah, I definitely think having thick skin, because I mean, just look at what we're doing here on social media. I mean, how many times you get ridiculed or people poke fun at terrible videos, and I think this is just one example. There's a million other things, but yeah, just being able to put yourself out there and not care what other people think, and then to be able to do it long enough to where that your shitty output it becomes amazing results. That I think that's an amazing point.
Yeah, absolutely. Thick skin is very important, and even like my son, I always talk about it. Like even like he is the right now he's the biggest gym fighter there is. So he in practice flag football, he's just like unstoppable, and then he go to the game and he's like runs away from the ball like he doesn't want to participate. Like it's it's frustrating, but I mean, we talk about it, and for him, it's practice is different because he knows the kids they're playing. It's like they're scrimmaging against each other, so he's more comfortable. But when he goes to the games, a lot of times it's kids from another area or they don't know the kids, so it's just for them is yeah, it's super nerve
Mhm.
wracking for them, and that's why it's so different. But somehow I'm trying to tell him it's the same thing. You got to play the same way, right? But that's very frustrating.
Mhm.
Yes, Yasik. Oh, yeah. Josh is kind of what I was mentioning about the fire department. He said, I think society can punish specialists if you're too far out. They're like underwater basket weaving, but riches are in the niches when you bring a needed skill to the market.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yasik says, look around to find what most successful do, most niche in, and ask yourself, would trade places with them or not? Okay. I think to that point, yeah, I think a lot of people are not willing to trade places. Well, let me see.
Well,
They
to
are.
do the work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see. Flavio. Hey, Flavio's tuning in. Yeah. Well, Chris. Well, see, I'm actually happy he flaked out not going to Vegas. So he moved to Idaho.
Oh.
Lauren. He moved from Virginia to Idaho. He's going to be a professor, Lewis Clark State. But he had some unfortunate financial news driving to Idaho on a business they owned before that they sold. But anyways, he's not going to go now. But I'm happy he's canceling because if the Patriots win the Super Bowl on Sunday, then he won't stop talking about it. So he is a Patriots fan, and the Patriots play the Seahawks. So I'm actually kind of thrilled that he won't be
But
going
what
to
if
Vegas.
the Patriots lose?
That is true.
Then
But
you would get to be there and be like, "Oh, wow."
yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
really rubbing
But
it, which I think
uh
they probably will lose. That's just my
yeah. Oh
guess.
yeah, they're
So I
gonna
think
well
Seattle's going to stomp them.
yeah, well
Yeah.
see I'm
I haven't
torn.
watched one game, so I'm just guessing. I have no
No,
idea.
I mean I'm torn because there's a few people in the community that are big Seahawks fans and they're gonna be in Vegas. So I'm actually kind of hoping the Patriots do win because Harrison's not gonna be going to Vegas now and he is a Patriots fan. And Chris Webb is a Patriots fan. And he's not going. So in some ways, I'm kind of hoping the Patriots win. So because they won't be there. Yasik says
Well,
is. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was just thinking about the previous Super Bowls. Was it 2003 or 2004 where the Seahawks lost to the Patriots with Hasselbeck, and then that one game where they were on the goal line and they didn't hand the ball off to the running back, and then they threw the interception? That
Yeah, I don't know.
was
I don't know how long ago
Seattle.
that was, but it was the same matchup. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
So
Seattle's
So I
pretty
think
loaded.
Seattle's due. Seattle
I
just
hope
needs to
Seattle
win.
wins. It's going to be rough around here if they don't, because there's like a ton of Seattle fans here.
Oh, really? Okay.
and so Yasik says, wait, is that where the questions moved? Wait, yeah, it's not about what people see that makes people extremely successful. It's the unseen, boring work. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Hey, Steve from the Bronx is here. He said he just retired FDNY. He said you definitely can't be a firefighter if you get embarrassed easily. But I think that thick skin will help you succeed when negative people keep saying what you're doing won't work. Yep,
Mhm.
absolutely. Yeah, I think that's a big trait, and that's why I feel I'm always it it's hard to get firefight. A lot of firefighters do have thick skin. I think it is part of the occupation. However, a lot of them financially don't get out of that comfort zone. So, they have that, a lot of times they have a pension, overtime, and for them it's that comfort level. And it surprises me, and I'm seeing a lot more first responders and things getting uncomfortable and trying to make it optional to leave their department in 10, 15 years instead of staying the 25, 30 years. But yeah, definitely thick skin helps. But I think that lifestyle of especially in the firehouse, I can't speak for like the police and stuff, but being in the firehouse, you're definitely in this in in this kind of community where it's like it is a family, and it's like you don't usually do anything different from what kind of previous generations do a lot of time. And yes,
Is Joe V gonna be in Vegas?
no, he's definitely not going to be there.
What? You can't talk
He's,
that trash and not show up.
well, that's why he can talk trash, because he's not going to be there. He yeah. Yeah, Yasik says, I know who's going to win. The better team that day. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. So I think they don't embarrass easily is something that I think any successful person probably is a trait they have, especially as they get more successful. People are going to start be poking at them a little bit more, nitpicking on little things, right? And so definitely, I mean, not being able to embarrass easily is very important.
Question for you. So we're talking about the ability to have thick skin and not get embarrassed easily. Is that something you either have or don't have, or do you think you can strengthen that or build that?
Oh, I think you can strengthen that 100%. And that's where like that rejection therapy comes in, where you get comfortable with being told no. But I think it's more something that you probably develop over time. I know that there's like some studies about only children and that they don't have thick skin because they didn't grow up with siblings. And I have one of our girlfriends in like my friend group. She is an only child and we all like tease each other and like we're always good with it. But a lot of times she like starts crying and we're like, oh, it's because you didn't have siblings. Like you didn't grow up with that thick skin. And now she's getting more used to it. Like she's like less sensitive to it than she used to be. So I think you can develop it.
I like that.
So Jovi says he won't be there because he's taking his daughter to the annual father-daughter dance. So nothing can stop him from taking her. And yeah, absolutely. So definitely take her while she wants you to take her, right? At some point she might be like, I'm gonna go to these. It won't be a father-daughter dance anymore, right? So absolutely take advantage of it while you can, right? Like I said, Steve from the Bronx says, yeah, the toughest 10 feet for a firefighter is walking into the firehouse kitchen. Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Why? What does that mean?
Part of it is as soon as you walk in, you're gonna get r- comments being on anything, and there's gonna just be all eyes on you. Something's gonna be
Got it.
said. Yeah, it's just it's and if they don't say anything, then you've either not liked or you fucked up with something, or
Mm,
so yeah. If you go to a firehouse and people aren't talking to you, there's a reason. There either there's something wrong. So, but also the more you're getting teased, then chances are you're more well liked in a sense, right? I mean, for a lot of it,
Yeah.
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 I mean, that's just like playing it on a sports team. I mean, I played D3 baseball. I mean, we didn't have scholarships. We did it because we just loved to play and just having all that, the games and the trips and the bus rides and the whatever. And yeah, you just always were ragging on each other and joking on each other.
Yasik trying to he say get around people that you build thick skins. No, man, Yasik, you are the worst, man. Don't try to blame that. uh
One
let's
thing I
see.
want to add on to what Lauren was saying with, having siblings. Like, I live in a neighborhood right now, and I've got, two 6-year-old boys, and I'm in a neighborhood right now where there's just no kids, and it's like, oh my goodness, like there's like nothing to do, and I look back when I was growing up. I grew up in a court, and there were eight of us kids that were all within like 4 or 5 years, and we were always on the street playing basketball when it was basketball or football or baseball, home run derby off people's houses. Like we were always out playing, and I don't know. Like I look back on that like, oh, I just thought that's just the way that it was, and it's not. It's not, especially in these days. Like I don't know.
Yeah. And I feel like that helps you build that thick skin, like being out there in the neighborhood, you're playing with other kids, you're doing like that's kind of where it's built.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Also, coaching the kids is I'm trying to let them make fun of each other, but at the same time, it's gotta, yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta find that balance of
You can't let it go too far.
yeah. But oh, I forgot
So wait, so
Ray.
you coach? You coach?
Yeah, somehow I got wrangled into coaching, but
Like the coach or an assistant coach?
Which coaching? Football?
flag football. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's just it got too much where yeah the kids don't listen, and the other coaches have no they're not out there to discipline the kids, so it's the kids running amok and talking back, and it's just got to a point where I had to just
Sounds like they need to be running some hills, more hills
Yeah.
and stairs.
this could be a whole other live stream about what it's not the same as when I'm sure Joe, we were playing, and even the parents are just way different nowadays. It's parents just drop the kid off and don't even get out of the car to pick the kids up, right? It's just drop them off, let the kid yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's
So well, just randomly, my boys just started kindergarten basketball, so it's like co-ed. Like they don't know anything.
Yeah.
And my one son was sick on the first practice, and then he goes to the second practice and does okay, whatever. And then like they have a game. It was a Friday practice and then the Saturday morning game. And Avery well, he didn't play in the game, but in the first practice, he literally just grabbed the ball and just ran it all the way up and threw it up. He like just forgot to dribble the ball, just ran all the way through. And it's like I took video of it. It was freaking hilarious. I can't imagine not being there to see that as a parent. I don't know.
well, I mean, they come to yeah, so they come to the games, but practice
Well,
they
I mean,
don't.
that was a practice. So
Yeah. So even that, so it's hard because, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you want your kid to get better. So how, you're not out there. So do you,
Yeah.
you're not really seeing if your kid is improving or if it matters to you. And I don't know if it does, right? Maybe you're just out there. You want us to daycare your kid and you're off doing something else, right? So I don't know, but yeah, it's weird. And that's kind of why I started helping a little bit, because it's like there's a bunch of kids and it's like one guy out there and he's trying to keep, and they're all friends, so they all go to school together, right? So they're all running amok, and it's a little bit different. So even just being a body out there just being a body out there to kind of keep control of things. And yeah, it's weird, man. It's but so even to that, sorry, we got off topic, but even so I go to my niece's basketball game, and it's like, I mean, she's younger, but it's like they have no rules. What the shit is going on?
I think it's restream because my internet's working over here. I think it's
Well, it could be you, because that happened to Brandon yesterday. So Brandon had kept bouncing off, so he got off his Wi-Fi and had to go on his phone. But I don't know. That's what. But the other person didn't have any problems. Gus that was on yesterday. But back to my niece, it's she. There's like no rules. It's you can't steal the ball. You don't have to dribble. You can't block. You can't block shots. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're like not even teaching them the game. They're playing something else.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get back to it. I think the next one I want to touch on a little bit was a take immediate action. Is that something you see as important in people that are, I guess, rich, as we would say?
I think it's important for me. I know when I like add something to my list, or I am like, okay, I'm going to do this. If I don't do it immediately or like take a step in that direction immediately, like schedule it into my calendar or something, that it can totally fall to the wayside because I have a million things going on. And I'm like, shoot, I think like 2 weeks later, it'll dawn on me like, I never did that thing. So I think, yeah, take immediate action is very helpful.
Yes, 100% the same thing. Yeah, if you add it to the list and your list is long, it's like, if I don't do it right now, I'm not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So would you folks say you are more? So let's say you're working on something. Something comes up, like maybe it's a small item. Would you take care of that quick because you know it's going to be quick to take care of it, or would you still work on this, the project that you're working on at that moment and take care of the minor, maybe text message or email that was sent to you, so it can get done quickly, right? But you're already working on something.
If it's like a low priority, but it could be done quickly, I still do it later. If I'm working on something more important, I'll do the more important thing first, but I'll somehow flag it or whatever. I mean, I don't look at my text messages when I'm in the middle of doing something else very often. But if for whatever reason I did, then I would flag it or leave it as unread or something like that so that I remember to come back to it. I don't click on emails or text messages that I'm not going to handle right away, because then I feel like that's how they kind of get lost in the sauce.
That's where we fall, Joel, on the text message thread with Lauren. That's why the response is like a day later.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess by default, we just need to become more important.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Charles is here. Face for Radio is here, he says. Yeah. Jovi says the parent or coaching thing can be like a whole hour, multiple hour live stream.
I bet.
He
I'll let
said,
you guys do that. I don't have kids, so I don't have to deal with it.
but you played sports and stuff, right? Growing up, or cheerleading, or what? You did you play
I
basketball?
played basketball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You played basketball?
Yeah, from third grade to through high school.
You play all the way through high school?
Not all the way through. I played halfway through, and then I was over it.
So you can dribble?
Yeah.
And shoot?
Mm-hmm.
And cheerleading, right?
Yeah, I also did cheerleading and track and cross country.
Oh, I know. Just off topic again. You were doing the High Rocks thing, right?
Yeah.
So Zuber just mentioned on his daily financial news this morning that I guess there's one the week right after the event, I believe, in Vegas. And I mean, I think he's talking about
Doing it?
just doing it to try it or something. Not as like a ORAD event kind of thing, but I think he just noticed that it was coming up after, and he was like, oh shit, he was thinking of maybe doing, because that like 2025, that was like his big goal, is the health side. And I think he got down, his goal was to get, I think, single digits body fat. I don't think he made it, but he got into like the 10%.
Wow, that's tough.
Yeah. Charles is saying I gave him, oh, that's right, I did give you that name, that title.
Oh.
Joe V says, they say if it can be done in 2 minutes or less, do it immediately. Start the day eating the frog, and the rest of the day is gravy. Yep. Let's see. Ooh. Do you think action is like the real confidence? So kind of going.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have so many people who are so smart and got all the degrees and this and that, and they don't do shit.
Yeah.
They don't do shit.
To that point, do you think they're constantly learning so that they don't have to take action? Like it's like, oh, I'm going to learn this, I'm going to learn that, I want to know this information, I want to know more.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's easy to get caught in that trap especially when you're just like, oh, I don't know what action to take, or you're just getting started. It can be easy to get stuck in the like learning more information phase, when really you need to be in the just take action, just do it. And I think that one is a huge, like, everybody can think of somebody who has had success in something that they've done, and it's only because that person took action, not because they're better at it. You're like, that idiot, they did that. It's like, just because they took action.
Any other one you guys want to touch on? Or Joe, I know you watched the video. Was there one specifically you want to touch on? I think one that really, the community will like is they talk about money as freedom and not purchases. Yeah, you find that like a common, like I hate to, going back to the firehouse, discussion, kind of, sitting like Steve would probably agree, sitting at the table eating or whatever, and it's just like the discussion there. Nobody really is talking about money as freedom. It's like, what is the next truck I'm going to buy, or what is the next toy I'm going to buy, right? So absolutely, I agree with, yeah, it's that type of discussion. And I think, you too, it'll be your first time at the already event this coming weekend, but or next weekend, but yeah, just the discussions that people are going to be having, right? You'll see that it just, I mean, I know, Lauren, you've been to a lot of events too, but it's just the type of talks that you're having, right? It's just not what you probably a lot of people on an everyday basis, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, this
100%.
one hits home for me strong because, as a divorced person with kids and a schedule that's unique, like, I'll give you an example. There's a local dive bar around where I live, and they're always open. They always serve food late. So like, I'll go to the gym
The
late
Blue
after work.
Oyster?
No,
I don't know if people I don't know if people are too young to know what that is. That's from. Do you know
I don't know what that is.
what? Wasn't that the
No.
name of the bar in Police Academy?
Police Academy?
You guys have
I'm
oh my
not quoting lines from Police Academy.
but that was the all right, never mind.
No, but like just sitting at the bar, like I could go in for a beer or two and like post 17 clips from Twitter onto Facebook because I'm monetized. I make like $20 a month. And like watch a game and like be there for 45 minutes and like not say a word to anybody and then leave. Because like there's people that are at this bar that we don't have anything in common. Like I'm trying to go do things over here. They're talking about their car or their truck and their rims and their this and then they're drinking and then they're like it was just nothing in common at all. And I think that's something that people that are trying to be able to have that financial freedom, like it's a different language.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. When I started getting into real estate and real estate investing, and I would like talk to my friends about it, and you think that everybody's going to be really excited about this thing that you're talking about, and you very quickly realize like they do not want to hear it. They don't care. They don't think it's exciting. And so, yeah, I think there is a huge difference. And if you're not having conversations, like conversation is how we learn, share ideas, and it has a huge impact on society and how it moves forward. Like conversations are important and how we talk about things is important. So I think it's an indicator of probably their finances. Like if you talk about money as purchases, you're probably in debt, keeping up with the Joneses.
I think that goes back to that meme about, right, you post like, oh, I bought this, I got my new car or whatever, and everyone is so excited, they're liking your reel or whatever, right? But if you put, oh, I bought my first rental property, and there's like, people are like, oh, it's so risky, or you're gonna lose money and all this stuff, right? So
And then they like think you're bragging about it.
exactly, yeah, exactly. That's another one. Hey, Hugo's here. He said it's amazing the amount of people have no interest in leveling up. It just makes it easier for us to win, though. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Bar. Oh, Yasik says, is it reason it going to the bar is to socialize?
For some people, not for Joel.
Not for me. Well, I mean, like, okay, that's a great point. So, like, a couple of the bartenders I like, and we talk about kids and this and that. So, like, I like the bartenders, but the people that are patrons, and then again, it's a Monday or Tuesday, so it's not going to be busy. But yeah, sometimes, but usually no.
Caleb, firefighter in San Antonio, who is first responder finance on Instagram, says people don't like to talk about things they don't understand at all. They're afraid of sounding ignorant. Ooh, yeah. I think that kind of goes back to the about being embarrassed, being able to be embarrassed, right? Having thick skin. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think that is, and especially if you're someone who, maybe has credit card debt or doesn't have much money saved, right? It is maybe uncomfortable for a lot of people to get into that discussion, right? So I'm sure Joel probably has it a lot when people reach out to him for lending, and maybe they send their information or what am I qualified for, and then you have to break it down with them, right? And I'm sure it's a pretty awkward conversation a lot of times for these people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely can be. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, a lot of the people I'm talking to, maybe they have a job where they have overtime or they run a business and just businesses and income is down. And so people are just surviving. So that's another big conversation. Is just, I'm just trying to survive.
See, my man Steve from the Bronx, firefighter coming through. He said, I can't wait until Joe looks up that Blue Oyster reference.
I just pull up a YouTube video.
Yep. Hugo says people can name 3 Kardashians more than 3 qualifiers for a mortgage.
That's true.
Shit, 5 Kardashians.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Oh, okay. No, I take it back because there's a couple Jenners. Kendall.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, any other one you guys want to? Oh, you know what? Shit, I do want to touch on that first one. I think Joe kind of mentioned a little bit. They rarely drink, smoke, or party.
I didn't really like that one.
Wait, hold on. Monica says she's trying to join, but her camera isn't working or something. Well, yeah. Okay, go talk on that. I'm gonna message her real quick.
Well, I look back at my early days, like in my 20s and my 30s, before I was married, and I was working nonstop, and we had a core group of friends, and we would like literally go to the bar around like 6:30, grab dinner, have a couple drinks, and then sometimes we would go back to the office and finish work. And so like we were partying and all these things, and we were doing well. We were just going hard.
Yeah, tell that to Wolf of Wall Street. They party pretty hard. They make a lot of money.
Right? I mean, obviously you want to be ethical about it, but yeah, we were going hard. I mean, when you were 20s, you got, a little bit more energy and, more ability to bounce back. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I depends on the person and the group.
Mm-hmm. I know there's a commercial real estate place here that is a bunch of, it's like classic, just white males that do commercial real estate. I have a real issue with this company. I won't say their name, but because if you go through their like who they hire, it's just everybody looks exactly the same. But I have to deal with them. But anyway, they have that company culture. Like they party so hard, but they also expect people to be in the office and they're at work at like 6:30 in the morning getting after it. So I think that there's like culture of work hard, play hard. And so I definitely know people who are able to do that and be successful. It would absolutely destroy me. I wouldn't be able to do it, but some people can.
Well, I have to bring up some NBA stuff. Speaking of, thick skin conversation, James Harden, who is a NBA All-Star type of player, he left the Rockets, I think, in 2019, and he's bounced from team to team like 5 times. Like he's at a place, gets traded, and then demands a trade. Does it again, and demands a trade, and demands a trade. And just got traded again from the Clippers to the Cavaliers. And he's just a quote unquote a cancer. So I just had to throw it out there. I don't know if anybody has any thoughts on it, but
Lauren, no? Or
I have no idea what.
I mean, you're the NBA player. You're the WNBA player. I figure you.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. He's a
I don't know who
cancer.
that
And
is. Oh, we lost Mark.
Lost Mark. Okay.
We can't put him back in.
I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a cancer. He's a choker. And
What does that mean? Is he not a good player? Is that why they trade him?
he is a good stat. He goes for stats, and he's not about winning in this. I mean, they win because he's a good player, but when it comes to real basketball, I guess, when you get to the playoffs and when things matter and when you have to make sacrifices and make the right pass or make the right decision, for him it's the stats. So if you look at the end of the game and you look at the stat sheet, you're like, oh man, he had a great game, right? But it was like, was he
So
playing?
he's kind of like a selfish player, bad attitude, kind of. Like if he gets the opportunity to maybe have a questionable shot versus pass it to somebody who's wide open, he would take the questionable
Yeah,
shot.
or even like he probably knows in the game that he needs a rebound to get a triple double. So it's like I'll maybe miss this shot on purpose. I can get my own rebound to get the triple. Just that mentality,
Whoa.
right? Where he's probably keeping track of his stats while the game is going on, right? And he knows like, okay, I'm gonna get paid extra if I reach this milestone or this for the season, right? So I need to get this stuff like that where his head is always thinking in stats and so if you like I said, if you look after the game, you look at the box score, you're like, oh man, he had a great game, right? But if you probably watch him play,
Yeah.
you can see that he's there for himself, right? But Monica's still trying to get on, but I don't know. We'll kind of just maybe shoot the shit for the remainder. I mean, you guys want to talk about Vegas? I know both of you will be in Vegas. I don't know when you guys are coming in.
I haven't bought my flight yet. I need to do that today.
Good Lord.
Oopsies.
Do you have a hotel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good.
All right. Well, hey.
I just didn't do my flight. I mean, it's not very far from here. Like it's like.
Wait. You did your flight, right?
No,
Oh
I
no,
haven't
wait.
gotten
Oh,
my flight.
no. Okay.
Yeah. I need
Yeah.
to do my flight. I know. I was like, oh, that's coming up quick.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I roll though with flights. I like to book last minute. I
Nice.
kind of have been debating on coming a few days earlier. I'm like, do I come in on like the Wednesday or Thursday? It kind of feels like it would be a good idea.
I suggest it,
Mhm.
but I mean, if you have the time available, I would. I mean, there's probably going to be more stuff going on. I mean, and you can do your own stuff too. It doesn't mean you're like committed to like I gotta hang around everyone the whole
No, I
time.
mean,
But
I'm there for the conference. I'm not trying to like Vegas to me. I've been 1,000 times. Like it's very close. And so it really would be just more to like get to know people more. I feel like sometimes when you go early, you can actually make those connections and talk. I'm just excited to like meet people, talk with people, and I think it'll be probably easier to do that if I go a little bit earlier.
yeah, absolutely. How's the boutique hotel going?
It's going well. We rented out 3 of the units, and then I'm renovating 2 of them to like a higher degree. But the city is a pain in the ass. So that's kind of annoying. But I'm meeting with an architect today to talk about like overall design ideas. But it seems like the change of use is all going to have to happen at one time, and it's like the city's being quite challenging to work with. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of places just have issues like that. So even Dion on his live stream yesterday was mentioning that. I mean, I don't know how serious he's thinking about it, but even him, he's in Washington area. He's considering. I don't know if he's talking about selling his whole portfolio and moving it to somewhere else. But yeah, I mean, I know he was talking about Utah, Tennessee, and Texas, and but I think Washington is just
Yeah, Washington's tough.
becoming like California. I mean, they're so it's a lot of things that is just and even Cody Davis had a quick little thing on Instagram. I think yesterday he was talking about. I think his tenant brought a guest over or something to the unit, and then the tenant can't get back in now. So basically, the guest, the
The
squad, the
guest is squatting.
yeah. So now the tenant can't get back in, and now Cody has to go through this whole process to evict the squad or get the squatter out. So, yeah.
Whoa.
So that's like Cody's like Washington. Come on, man. Like if we keep having these heading down this path of policies or whatever, it's just gonna be slumlords everywhere. Like nobody want to fix up their property, because
Yeah.
yeah. So, but he's just like, come on, we gotta do better, right? Like So yeah, he had a quick little reel on that, but
Oh man, that's tough.
yeah, I don't know. Vegas is gonna be fun. I know Zuber's still working on the final, like when speakers are officially gonna be, because like I said, he doesn't pay any of the speakers, so it's constantly changing. Some speakers are changing their times because maybe when they're flying in or when they got to fly out. I believe Pace had to change his, so he's on Sunday, but he's gonna have like a 2 hour slot. But I think his has moved up from the last speaker to I think maybe lunchtime or around that time. I think he might have to be somewhere, so his moved up. Steven from the Bronx is asking, I'm not familiar with this. What makes a hotel be considered a boutique hotel?
It just means it's small. Just small. Like, I think most hotels are like 150, 100 units or like even just like 40 units. Like boutique would be considered like 10 to 20 units.
So I just moved Monica to the top so that people have to move their eyes around.
Monica,
Lauren.
we almost saw each other. I was in Boise last week, but it didn't work out. I was only there for one night.
It was an impromptu thing.
Yeah, it was impromptu.
So yeah, just quickly. So Rich Somers, is that how to say his name? Somers, Rich Somers. He does boutique hotel, the Somers podcast. So he spoke the other week on, and so in school, Zuber does lives every once in a while on Sundays, but Rich Somers spoke about boutique hotels.
Oh,
Yeah. How's the weather? Where you, Monica? Is it still cold where you're at? No.
No, it was like 55 yesterday.
What?
I was in a tank top.
that's crazy.
What?
Yeah,
What?
it was great.
Still got snow.
What the
So
shit?
bad.
Although
Yeah,
we want snow, so
it'd be nice to have some.
Yeah, Josh Burdick says Washington is going to crap. We are working on moving out, but I'm tied with my business. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey,
I heard this place that's like in the middle of the country. There's an arch that like St. Louis has some really good real estate rental, but like it's pretty cool. Very steady, great tenants. Appreciation is very steady. It's a great place.
I appreciate Lauren's subtitles on her face.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I'm also there, so it's a great place.
Hmm.
I think Dion may have heard us talking about him. He just chimed in the chat. He says, "So thanks, Dion, for stopping by. I believe he's still in on his trip. I think he's still in shoots. I can't even remember where he's at. But he'll be in Vegas.
Indonesia or Southeast?
Where the heck?
Not Taiwan.
Yeah, I can't think of it right now. What's shoots? I can't think of where he's. But he says it's down to 70.
Philippines?
No, not Philippines.
Keep going, Joel.
Indonesia, Thailand, Cambodia.
Thailand. Was it Thailand?
Burma.
I think it could be Thailand.
It is Thailand.
Yeah, it is Thailand. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's been there for I think 3 months now. He got
Oh.
engaged. He got engaged while he's there.
Nice.
But I think he's going straight to Vegas from there. And he has.
Oh.
I keep telling him to come to. Oh yeah, see, he said Thailand,
Mhm.
and I keep telling him to come to Hawaii, but he has no interest in coming to some place that the people don't like white folks. He said. Let's see. Hugo says it's 90 out in Cali today.
Damn.
Yeah, so Hugo does say a lot of California Democrats moved to Washington for affordability, and it's turning it worse over there. Yeah. Josh is saying he's buying in Florida. So yeah, he just bought a short-term rental out in Florida. And you don't have anything there to do, you, Lauren, or you do?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I have 3 short-term rentals there.
All right. Well, Monica, when's you're going on a ski trip soon, right? Or no? Is that you? Or you
On the
just are
13th.
lying to us?
Yep, that's exactly what I was doing. And I'm going to admit it on camera as well.
Yeah.
You didn't want to come to Vegas with us.
That's right. This is a lie.
Well, I still have my money that Lauren's not going to show up.
What?
She doesn't have a
Why?
flight yet.
I have a ticket and I booked my hotel.
My
And
money's
my
still
boyfriend's coming.
my money's still on Lauren not showing up.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, Dion says, "Stay winning. That is why I'm proudly leaving Washington." Yeah, so that's kind of what I touched on earlier. I don't know how serious Dion was mentioning it on his live stream yesterday, but I know he did mention Utah, Tennessee, and Texas. I think was the couple places he was talking about. Hey, Josh. Oh, shoot, it moved. Josh said he would consider Springfield, but not St. Louis for rentals.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Is that far?
It's like 4 hours.
Oh
4 hours.
shit, 4 hours.
Yeah, it's not close, but it's close to like Table Rock Lake, and there's a lot of golf courses south of there, like on the Arkansas border. There's a lot of cool stuff south of Springfield in terms of like short-term rentals and lakes, and Lake of the Ozarks is also not too far away. So
Monica, how have you been? Busy, looks like, on social media.
No busier than
Trying
usual.
to bash realtors all the time. Nah.
I don't bash them ever. I love realtors. They're my favorite. They're my
We
favorite.
should make that a poll next time.
What?
Do realtors or the lenders work harder, or do more work? Right? Is that? What do you think, Lauren? Realtors or lenders?
I mean, I think it depends on the deal. Like some deals you give the lender your financial and it's easy peasy. Sometimes it's not. And same for realtors. Like, I think it depends.
I was thinking about this, like, because I'm known in my network for getting a lot of hard deals done, tough deals done, and from a rate perspective, like from an actual labor standpoint, like if you have a really, really easy deal, great credit, like all your income is electronically verified and it's a super easy deal, I feel like that person should get better rates than the person's got a hard deal. Like what if they could just like a la carte all the work and like it's all itemized out, like, hey, you're getting billed 72 hours of labor because your deal is so complicated versus the person that is a super easy deal. What do you think about that?
You should become a lawyer. They get to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to help me with that? Will you take the bar for me?
Val Martin tuning in is a realtor on Maui. He's a firefighter realtor on Maui, and I think we offended him by saying that. But I guess if I had to, I would probably say that lenders do more work. But I think a lot of it too is you see more people always complaining about like why I gotta pay this fee for the realtor, like I can do it myself, and so I would have to say that the lender's probably a little more important. I would that would be my take on it, but
yeah,
not because there's two lenders on here, but
I will say I commented on, and not in a snarky way, but like there was a realtor who put out a reel and he was like kind of just saying, realtors are the hardest working and we're the most underappreciated. And what other industry do you know that doesn't get paid until after the fact? And like no one, everybody else gets paid up front. And obviously he was upset about that. And I can relate. And I said, hey, by the by, we also don't get paid until the deal is done. Like we don't get paid at all until the deal is done. And, and they can walk away from us. We can't even get them to sign. Like, I don't know if it's like this. I think it's like this in every state, but like a buyer's agent agreement where it's like, you're locked into this realtor, which of course, any of my realtor partners are like, hey, that's fine. But if you leave, then there's going to be a fee for leaving me. With us, I mean, they can leave us 2 days before. Obviously that would suck, but they can leave us at any point. They could be cheating on us. And we have done hours upon hours and upon hours of work, and there's no agreement between us. There's nothing. And we just get screwed out of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think in both of those cases, it does suck because realtors and lenders don't get paid till the end. But I do think like realtors have a little bit of security You know, like, okay, if you've done all this work, they can still say, we're not going to go find a house, which that sucks, but that sucks for us too. But in other cases, it's like, yeah, we have nothing. You could switch lenders at any point.
Mhm.
That is
Yep.
Yep.
And we've covered, you know, the credit report fee or whatever it is. Like we've covered these things up front, and it's like, oh, okay, so okay, cool. All right, bye. Although I haven't had it happen, but I know that it can and will.
Val says lenders are the magicians for sure. Flavio says, Lauren, how did you name your HB?
I don't know
Boutique
what that
hotel.
means.
Oh, the
Boutique
boutique
hotel.
hotel,
I think,
yeah.
Oh,
that's what
Hotel
that's
boutique. Is that the name
hotel
of it?
boutique.
Hotel
Oh yeah, that
boutique?
makes sense.
I-
TBD hasn't been named.
Oh, I thought you had a name.
Well, we're
Still-
throwing names around, but nothing's set in stone at this point.
I really do like, you know how you see like, you know, Food Mart, and that's the name of the actual place, Food Mart,
Mhm.
gas station, like just hotel boutique. I like it. Hotel boutique.
Hotel boutique.
Hotel boutique.
Call it that.
I love it.
I think Charles is some have to pay to play. I think some have to pay to play before any yield.
Mhm.
Yeah, Monica, you were talking about, you know, the lenders getting paid, you know, getting paid just like the realtor at the end. Like we had an appraiser charge the client for their time of doing the comparable research, and we canceled the appraisal like 3 days before the actual inspection, and they still wanted to send an invoice for the time they spent on their preparation. It's like, come on, man, get over yourself.
Mhm.
So if you guys don't follow Monica on social media, I definitely recommend following her. She's always doing a lot of fun stuff. So a lot of game night events you go to, right? A lot of stuff you do, right?
Do I? Game
I
night?
don't know. It seems like it. Or what do you go to? a
Talking
lot?
about
Oh,
trivia.
like trivia night?
Oh, trivia night. Yeah.
I mean, that has nothing to do with my like actual page. I do go to trivia night. Mostly I just post it to brag that we got first. No, just
I'm
I
really
said-
smart.
yeah, I'm really smart. I mean, I'm just by the by.
Yeah.
Although we went last night, it was really weird. It was almost like an inverse relationship. Normally we play just 2 or 3 of us on one team against like much larger teams. And I think I finally figured out what's going on with these larger teams that usually lose to us. We had a larger group last night and we sucked. Maybe there was like too many voices, too many cooks in the kitchen. And yeah, that was interesting. We're like, this is the worst we've ever done. And we had more brains in the mix.
Yeah. Too many people.
Too many people, too many.
Did you get the
Yeah.
sports questions right?
What's that?
Did you get the sports questions right?
Oh my gosh, no. There was definitely one sports question. Oh, we did get the one, what position does Steph Curry play? And we guessed it. We guessed that it was point guard, and that's true. And then there was another one about some football player, who played for the Bears, and he has a nickname that I forgot the exact question, but it was like his nickname has something to do
Sweetness.
with
Fridge.
No, so that's what we put. That his nickname is something to do with sweetness, like sweetness.
Sweetness.
Something's
Yeah.
something sweetness.
Sweetness. Not something. It's sweetness.
Sure. I forgot what it was though. We didn't get the answer. We had not one sports person on our team, and we had like 4 guys on the team. 1, 2,
Oh my
3,
goodness.
5 guys on the team.
They must all be young, like
No,
millennial, like.
no, that's the weird part.
Millennial.
Millennials are young.
Well, I mean, yeah. No,
If you're in
What
your
is-
30s, if you're in your
what-
30s, you're a millennial, right?
What is millennial? Like what age range?
82 to like 92, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, so
95?
most of the men there were that, but there was one guy who was not.
I quickly want. Charles is correcting me. It is planted. So I guess he was. Some have to pay to plant before any yield.
Oh, some have to pay to plant before any yield. Yeah.
Like what?
Pay to play.
I don't know. That's what I said. I thought he was trying to put, but he's saying it's paid to plant.
I love you. Some needs classes.
Well, I thought. Well, I mean, I've never mind.
Hey, Lauren. So Monica and I were talking about multifamily investing and like apartment buildings and just talking just high level about some stuff. What advice would you give somebody about 1031 exchange and, searching for deals out there?
I would say, well, I mean, like in what regards? Like, what do you mean? Like,
I guess more so like on finding like how do you go find a deal? Like, are you talking to wholesalers or are you talking to realtors? Like, how do you go navigate finding a deal, and then how do you analyze it if it is a good deal?
Finding a good deal, right? Because we were finding things, but
yeah, I mean, I talked to my real estate agents. Like I talked to my whole network. Like everybody knows that I'm doing this 1031. If anybody has anything, I'm like, send it to me. I'll look at it and analyze it. But I'm also on LoopNet, Crexy. Like I look at what's on the market too, because I think a lot of times things are put on the market and then they sit and then they do price drops. And I've gotten most of my purchases have been like after a price drop. So I think price drops are super underrated.
So you track those.
Mm-hmm. So I track those, and I'm the 8plex that I'm looking at purchasing now with my 1031. That's like an off market with my agent who sold my property. So she's like getting, and then it's like clients of hers that she had sold them to, and they're trying to get out and move into commercial. And they had mentioned that. So I had reached out to her and I was like, hey, do you know anybody who owns any multifamily that may consider selling? And so she reached out to them. They weren't even on the market or even really thinking about selling right now. So I think it's mostly like network, but also keeping an eye on like what's listed, price drops is probably the best way to go. I don't really deal with wholesalers. I haven't met any good multifamily wholesalers that bring good deals in the markets that I want to be in. So yeah, not that I'd be opposed to it.
So when you're looking at a deal, are you looking at cap rate? Are you looking at cash flow? Like what's your priority barometer of analyzing a deal?
So cap rate is just like, to me, something that you initially look at, but cap rate is very misleading. And it should not be used as a metric. Like it's something that you can look at initially when you're just like skimming through deals. You could be like, oh, this is interesting or whatever. But no, cap rate is very misleading. Especially like when you're looking at these multifamilies, a lot of people are basing that on pro forma. That is not how the building is actually performing today. They're basing it on how it could be performing. So you have to be careful. And as when analyzing deals, a lot of times they include financials. Like they'll be like, oh, will you send over the financials of the building? You have to look at the financials from years prior, because people fudge numbers when they decide that they're going to sell. They will fudge numbers. Monica, I had went and looked at the State Street Motel in Boise. And it's and I was like, oh, this is interesting price, interesting location. And they sent over the financials and I started going through it and I was like, oh, this is like pretty decent numbers. And I was like, kind of like, I don't know, something that the agent had said, which was like, we're selling this more as like a redevelopment project. And so then when I started looking at the numbers, I'm like, this works as not as a redevelopment. Like this seems like it's working at the price that it's listed at. But then I started going back further in the financials. And when I got to 2022 and 2023, and I was comparing their like operating expenses, what they're paying their employees, how much they're spending on laundry, like all of these different things, like the numbers weren't adding up. Like they had made the numbers smaller so that it looked like there was more room for income and profit. But when you looked back at like 22, 23, 24, the profit was very slim. So they had basically essentially lied, and there's no way to know, like they're sending you an Excel spreadsheet. There's no way to know truly what those numbers are. They're not showing you their like books and their taxes. So like you have to look at those from years prior. But yeah, it's important when you're analyzing properties to like dig deeply into the financials. And with a multifamily, of course, that's like a lot more straightforward because it's like the rents are what they are today. And I guess what the operating expenses are going to be because those are all pretty standard.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I always do just to thin slice something is I'll do like a calculation for expenses of like 40%. So I'll just take 60% of the revenue, the current revenue, and then do the analysis from there. Like, what do you have like a thin slice method to look at something quickly, or what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I try to look at cash flow when I'm doing that. Like, yeah, I'll like the metrics that I'm looking for always are cash flow. Because to me, I only want properties that can pay for themselves and then some. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have like, I'll just briefly go like, this is income, this is the operating expenses. And run those numbers really quickly and basically. But I don't know if I have like any like quick thin slice like way of looking. I don't usually do like a percentage like 40% or anything like that because I think it depends greatly on what it takes to operate that particular building.
My answer would be you come to the Vegas event and you meet Cody Davis, who was a part of Multifamily Mastery, and you pick his brain, and that would be my suggestion. He's the day one. No, to Monica. Yeah, she's the day one speaker, kicking off the event. But Flavio is saying, in my area, a ton of units came on the market suddenly, but sellers are asking a high price. And then he says, Joe, as a lender, you looking for vacancy, and I'm assuming he means property management fee on the numbers?
Well, I think when you're talking about 2 to 4 family DSCR versus 5 units and above, it's starting methods in theory, like we
lost him.
You gotta take over.
Jump on in.
Like when you're talking to a DSCR lender, we're looking at gross rents and the mortgage payment. And so 1.25 DSCR is a great place to be from a lending standpoint. We're talking about just strictly DSCR. And we're talking about a 30-year fix in a certain secondary market. But we're talking about commercial banking, and that commercial bank, they're going to look at.
Take over. Looks like Flavio is saying 5+ units. Is what he's talking about. And Joe got the coconut wireless today. Joe got going.
I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I mean, a commercial bank is going to look deeper on the demand.
Monica, you're in. Oh, she's on the phone now. All right. Yeah, hold on. He's trying to get back in. I don't know what is going on. Where'd he go? He disappeared completely now. Oh, there he is. Hold on. I don't know. There he is.
I don't know what's going on. But yeah, actual commercial bank, they're going to look at 3 years of operating and revenue. They're going to look at T12 rents and expenses. They're going to look at a lot more stuff.
All right, this might be a good time to wrap it up. Joe is bouncing in and out, but
yeah,
I don't know. All right. Are we gonna be doing this next week?
I'm gonna be in Vegas already.
Yeah.
I mean, I might try from my phone, but we'll see.
From your phone?
Well, I mean,
just bring your laptop.
I can, but I don't want. We'll see. I mean, maybe I'll try to set something.
That's insane to travel without your laptop.
You travel without a laptop?
I travel with my iPad. I don't bring my laptop with me. But I'm not there to do work.
How do you get away
I
from
mean,
it? I
I'm
haven't
gonna
taken one day
bring in
off.
my laptop.
Because for
Oh.
me, it's I want to be able to do everything from my phone. I mean, that's the type of life that I want to end up with, where I should just need my phone to get most of my work done. Ultimately, I mean, that's kind of the vision, right? I don't want to need a laptop with me. I mean, if I have it, I'll use it on my desktop. But ultimately, I want to be able to, like, if I have to manage my properties, it's going to be from my phone, right? I mean, that's the freedom that I guess I'm looking for. But
well, I'm bringing my podcast equipment, and I'm gonna try to lock down some interviews, 5-10 minutes of questions.
ooh, you know what? That's what I did want to ask too later, right? But I want to come up with like 5 questions in general to just ask people. Thanks for just falling asleep, Monica. But I want to ask like 5
Trivia night took it out of her.
5 questions. That might be something I might post. Like, come up with help me come up with 5 general questions to
rapid
just,
fire.
to ask. So that way I don't have to think either. I have this same question to ask each person.
Can I follow up to the 5-unit thing? There, like, I don't know if you guys saw one of the posts I made on Facebook yesterday. One of my 34 posts.
I was going to say one of your 374 posts.
Lord, you need to get on Facebook.
There's not a chance.
Don't do it.
Don't do
I don't
it.
recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys tried to get me on X. That didn't last either.
Well, I like X. Facebook is just
you would do well on X, Lauren, if you actually did it. Anyway, but I created a newsletter, and the topic is the mistakes of buying a 5-unit plus property and mistakes or pitfalls. I forget what the actual title was, and I posted a snippet of the top of the newsletter. And one of the things that I've seen a lot of is that people trying to buy 5 units and plus in this like lower price range, like between 250 and 500K.
This is exhilarating.
Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
Going,
Did you
Joel.
finish? Oh, okay. Quickly though, Joe. How do you get to that newsletter? Do you have a link for it?
I haven't sent it out yet.
Oh, God, I'm still waiting for that band thing you were doing.
Joel is giving me a dad look right now. Did you see that,
Yeah.
guys? He's like,
Joel's upset.
Joel, you got the dad look down. I'm proud of you.
I didn't even react. There was a 0 reaction.
That's a dad move.
You're straight up dad mood right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wanted to be respectful to Flavio's polite question.
Yes,
and thoughtful question about
Joe.
the 5.
No, we were into it. We were listening to what you were saying.
But
They're stretching and yawning.
5 units and above, like if you're gonna go 5 units and above, don't go low price. Like there's just not very many lending options and nobody wants those properties. So if you're going 5 units and above, like you got to be 500K and above, or don't waste your time.
Mm-hmm.
Joe V said, then it's not a newsletter if you haven't sent it out. We got Monica snorting on camera.
Monica always snorts.
Yet. Sent out yet. It's going out. It's scheduled to go out tomorrow, actually.
Send it out right now.
Joe V.
Give the people what they want.
Yes.
Send me your email address and I'll gladly add you to the newsletter.
Okay, so the only way people will
You
get
guys want to sign up for my newsletter? Comes out every Friday.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll put it in there. Do you have a link? Or so how do people sign up for these things then?
On my email.
Okay.
I just sign random people up for it.
I haven't got one yet, but all right. So
Joe V, you can't talk trash and not show up to Vegas. That's not fair.
He is asking, how do I get the newsletter then?
He's gonna send it in the mail.
Yep. USPS.
And Dion says, if it wasn't for daddy issues, I'd be alone more often.
Oh no. That's so terrible.
I know. All right, let me ask this because Monica wasn't on. We'll wrap it up with this. Do you know what the Blue Oyster reference is, to what movie that's from? I brought it up earlier, and Joe and Lauren had no idea what I was talking about.
No, never heard of it.
That's funny. It sounds familiar. Like a club or something.
It's from a movie. It's in reference to a movie, The Blue Oyster.
It sounds familiar, but I can't place it. What
That's
movie?
going to be on trivia. It's going to be on trivia night next week.
So educate me.
No, it's from Police Academy. Have you seen?
Oh, Police Academy.
Right? Do you remember Blue Oyster?
No.
Oh,
But I do remember the movie.
good Lord.
I don't
Police
remember.
Academy. I mean, I don't.
It's like 1985.
I was
we were like
4.
4.
All right. Jovi says he'll sign up for Monica's newsletter also, and he'll report back next week on whose newsletter is better.
You don't need to report back next
Oh
week.
boy, we gotta squash this
Competition. It's not a competition, guys.
Well, based on the last time you live stream you guys were on together, it wasn't.
That's why I'm saying it's not. I just said this to another realtor who told me she was gonna shop me to some other retail mortgage company. I was like, that's fine. It's not a competition.
See, even
Joel, I said this to you yesterday. It's not a competition.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to say the name of the company, but I told you that realtor was shopping me.
That's great. You're right. But the thing about it is that people come to me because I bring tremendous value for what I do. Tremendous value. We do different things.
I yell at them.
Apples and oranges, tomato.
I bring everybody to my review section.
All right.
Yeah, this was a fun one. Everyone, I'll be back. I'm actually going to be back tomorrow with Cody Davis, because he had to reschedule on Monday. So I'll be live streaming with Cody Davis tomorrow. I'm not sure about next week if we'll do this. We'll figure it out. Everyone, Charles, Face for Radio is saying, I love a firefighter who's crazy about a cop show. Everyone knows Police Academy.
How about the Commish? That was a good show.
What show?
I've never heard of it.
Oh, yes. That was a good show.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Dion may be going live after this. I'm not sure. Usually when he tunes in, he's waiting for me to finish so he can go live. But Dion, thanks for stopping by. Everyone, thanks for stopping by. And have a great rest of the day, everyone. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right.